This is me jumping off a 1,000-foot skyscraper. But in this video, I'm trying even more dangerous hobbies, like drift racing a Hellcat on a real racetrack, scuba diving in an actual canyon, and so much more. All to find out, why do people risk their lives for fun? Starting with racing one of the fastest muscle cars on the planet. I'm at an actual racetrack and I have paid a professional race car driver to push this car to its absolute limit. So after I signed some papers saying it's my own fault if I get hurt or die, I hopped into a 707 horsepower vehicle. Now, I've driven in fast cars before, but nothing compared to this. We were reaching speeds higher than 150 miles per hour, and every time I expected the driver to slow down for a turn, he just floored the gas and spun out the back wheels. Until this moment, I didn't realize it is possible to get an adrenaline rush from driving a car. I have a whole new level of respect for race car drivers. One tiny mistake and everything could go wrong. And honestly, I've never been more grateful to roll back into the pits in one piece. That was so wild. But the hobbies I'm testing later in this video are way more dangerous, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. I am hiking deep into a canyon to scuba dive in the water at the bottom. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, it would mean the world to me if you clicked it. I put a lot of work into making videos like this one because it's my dream to make the best videos I can. But if I'm going to keep making better videos, I need your help. My goal is to make every new video better than the last one, and if you go look at my channel, you'll see my videos have already improved a ton from the couple months I've been doing YouTube. We're hiking down into the bottom of this canyon, and this is what our trail looks like. It's brutal, very steep. We're carrying a butt ton of stuff. I think this is probably my first time swimming in December. People don't normally scuba dive in places like this, not only because it's hard to get to, but the spot we chose to dive has no dock or boat.
The center line, but to the left, you have to like avoid that hole right there.
Oh, you like kayak off of this waterfall.
Off there, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Good. Wait, so where do you kayak?
See the main blue stream? Like the blue one?
Right in the middle?
Yeah. It's the fastest water there. So you have to kayak right off that, and it lands in between two boulders. Because if you kayak
oh, that's a boulder right there.
Boulder. So
what makes this more dangerous and makes me more nervous is that it's very cold outside. I don't know how cold the water is going to be or how deep it goes, and I can only wonder what's down there. If something goes wrong, help is far away. Everything has to work perfectly because we don't get a second chance. All right, this is where we're gonna hop in. Let's go. Do you have any advice, any instruction?
Get control of your breath because it'll be gone when you touch the water.
That's a good point. It's gonna be so cold,
That's
dude.
about it. Just keep breathing though through your regulator. That's about it.
Yeah?
Yeah. So basically just don't ever stop breathing through your regulator.
So don't hold your breath at all, just keep breathing.
The whole time, and that'll move the air around in your lungs. If your machine does cut out at any point and you do have to swim up to the surface, just kind of breathe out as you come up.
Okay.
To kind of release that compressed air in your lungs.
Right.
Put a hand on your mask and just kind of step in. and avoid rocks.
Getting into the water for the first time made me nervous. Not only is it really cold, but we have strapped weights to ourselves so we will sink. Which, if you've ever had weights strapped to you in the water, you understand the feeling of getting dragged down to the bottom. It isn't a pleasant feeling. So I decided to take the weights off, only to realize I was now stuck to the surface and couldn't swim under the water. I put the weights back on, and after some struggle, I figured out the breathing technique and calmed down. At this point, I actually started to notice the beauty of diving and this location we chose. And surprisingly, despite the danger, I started feeling very relaxed and peaceful. At this moment, I suddenly realized I was out of breath. I have been swimming around for a while, and it's a better workout than I had expected. So I had no choice but to surface and catch my breath.
It's getting a little hard to breathe, a lot more exhausted.
Yeah. So like the more you can just be really calm and breathe.
Relax.
And like even when you're swimming, like just little kicks and just try and stay on the bottom. And then if you find yourself like getting winded, I usually just sit down on the bottom
Right.
and breathe for a little bit.
Yeah, because I was having so much fun, like swimming around.
And then all of a
But
sudden
I'm just
you're
like, it's exercise. So
Yeah.
I'm breathing, and then I'm like, oh
Yeah.
crap.
just gotta keep your lungs.
We decided to do one more dive and explore around the rocks and branches one more time. After a while, we decided to hop out because we were getting very cold. We packed up and hiked out of the canyon to go to our next bad idea. Next, I am in the middle of nowhere and I am trying mountain biking. If you're thinking that mountain biking isn't that dangerous, well, I'm not just mountain biking, I'm jumping mountain bikes. I have not jumped a bike in a really long time, and last time I tried, it did not end well for me. Oh! There are 3 different levels of jump lines. We have easy, medium, and hard, and I'm gonna try all of them. All right, guys, first we are going to hit level 1. I hope I don't crash and die. These jumps were pretty small and easy, and I was able to get a feel for the bike without risking a crash. Not bad for a first try. I tried to get more air on my second try because the next jumps are even bigger. Think we should try level 2? There are some small gap jumps in this jump line, so if I mess up, I'll most likely go over the bars. I tried these jumps a few more times to make sure I was comfortable in the air before I try the big gap jumps. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm gonna full send level 3, the hardest and biggest jumps. I'm really nervous. But first, I watched someone else do them so I know how much speed to hit them with. Oh boy. Okay, I chickened out. We gotta try that again. Oh, that was scary. Woo. Yeah, I might give this one more try and then quit while I'm ahead. Oh my gosh. We did all 3 levels, so now we're headed to some even bigger jumps. These guys are gonna do them. I'm not, I'm too scared, but it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna go watch. Let's go. Holy cow, that's crazy, dude. Those are huge. Sheesh. Check these out. This gap jump we found is absolutely massive. That's the size comparison. It's like almost as tall as me. I could sit here and he would just go right over my head. But on the first attempt, this happened. Oh! Dude, are you okay?
Does anything hurt super bad?
Dude, you broke your helmet. All right, so we're heading back. He's okay, but we're done mountain biking for the day. But even though we are done mountain biking, I still have more dangerous hobbies to try. And don't forget, at the end of this video, I'm going to Las Vegas to jump off a building. For this next hobby, I'm gonna try downhill longboarding. I've never done anything like this before. So I'm gonna wear a lot of safety gear and I hope I don't crash. I'm still gonna try to hit 20 miles per hour. I've got a speedometer on my phone, so let's give this a go and see what happens. I hope that transition worked. All right, we're padded up. I've got a motorcycle helmet. I don't think we're gonna get hurt like this, so let's full send and have some fun. I'm gonna do some practice runs here, get used to the longboard. If I get going too fast on these hills, I'm just gonna drag my foot. See, if I need to slow down, I'll just do that. Yeah, the foot braking is gonna take some practice. I want to make sure I'm 100% comfortable riding this longboard before I try to go fast on it. I think it's easier to stand on it this way. Those guys will stand on it like this, but this way I have a little more control. And then if I need to foot brake, just put this one down. I think I've got it figured out, so let's just try to go down the whole thing. You wanna drive behind me? This first time I'm going down the hill, I'm being careful and trying to get more of a feel on how this longboard reacts to higher speed. Even though it doesn't look like I'm going very fast starting out, to me it feels like I'm hauling down this grade. I kept practicing my foot braking and tested some different positions for my feet. The bends in the road were the hardest spots to keep control of the board. That was a close one right there. We're good. Woo! After that close call, I was a little more hesitant to push my limits, but I was determined to keep going for the sake of this video. And before I knew it, I had reached the bottom without eating the pavement. Let's go, that was so epic. That was actually crazy. I thought I was gonna crash around that bend up there. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident that I made it down the hill, so I decided to lock in and try going even faster a second time. And I'm glad to report that I survived the high speeds. That corner is so sketchy. Anyways, that's longboarding. Let's go jump off a skyscraper. For our final hobby, I'm in Las Vegas. This building behind me is the tallest building that you can legally jump off in the entire United States. And I'm gonna do it. So I headed inside, and let me tell you, I am extremely nervous. This is cool. It's taller than the Eiffel Tower. That's wild.
Are you the one jumping today?
Yes. You can visibly tell I'm starting to regret this decision. But I signed the papers anyway and told myself that I'm not a quitter. They helped me get completely ready and harnessed in, and then it was time for me to head up to the top of the tower.
Alright, you ready to do this?
Oh yeah, you know it.
Alright, just wait right there.
Crazy.
Now walk towards right over here for me. Turn around and take a photo real quick. Face attack.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, then face me.
Face you.
Turn to your right, 2 hands on that railing. Lean off.
Face on.
Back up's good.
Back good.
Straight, clear.
Right here?
Yep, and then left hand on this red rail.
Okay.
Feet on the edge for me. I'm gonna count you down. When I say go,
I'm all hooked in.
go.
I'm good?
Yep, you're connected.
Okay.
Here it comes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. In this moment, it all finally made sense. After putting myself in many dangerous situations, I now understood why people risk it all just to have some fun. It's not about being reckless or showing off. It's about feeling alive in a way that normal life doesn't give you. In those moments of danger, your mind goes quiet. There is no stress or noise. You can actually live in the moment for once. For just a few seconds, nothing else matters.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Yeah, baby! Whoa! Let's go! Jeez. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out.